Welcome again to Alopecia Awareness Month. And again, my name is Linda Boyce, certified trichologist, non-surgical hair replacement specialist, and also I hold certifications as a certified health coach. So as we continue this month, I want to bring awareness to women, right? And especially this episode dedicated to Black women, okay? And so today I want to talk about fibroids. I want to talk about fibroids and how it relates to hair loss, right? And we don't typically talk about that and make the correlation. So let me explain about how or why fibroids can be the cause of your hair loss, right? So fibroids is definitely points to the estrogen and the progesterone sensitivity, especially in Black women. Black women show a higher sensitivity in the uterine tissue, right? These hormones, and also that then fuels fibroid growth. Another thing that causes fibroids is chronic inflammation, which is more prevalent, unfortunately, to us due to dietary patterns, stress load, and also what we also talk about is the systemic disparities in the healthcare access. So, yes. And also one more thing, many things, but hormone disruptors, and that's extensive. So we can talk about that on another day. Also, so what is happening is with fibroids, normally what is associated with it is heavy bleeding, which equates to severe iron loss. And so when we have severe iron loss, also your ferritin levels, if you were to get a blood test, testing your iron and testing your ferritin, which is the storage, if it's less than 30 NGs ml, no, that needs to be brought up to sustain healthy hair growth. It needs to be at least 70. Okay. So if it's chronically low, like way down, that's an emergency because we have to get those numbers up. Another thing is that also if your hemoglobin, which is your red blood cells, is compromised, it cannot deliver. So iron, oxygen, red blood cells. So if that is compromised, oxygen cannot be delivered to the follicle or other parts of your body, right? So definitely if the nutrients and the oxygen cannot get to the scalp, you will have hair loss. And so then your follicles are starving. So ladies, this is not a situation where you can just get a hair growth oil. This is not a situation where you just say buy a shampoo. I know you're marketed to in that way, but there's some things that are definitely systemic, right? We can support the scalp at a later date when we correct those systemic things. Those things can offer some type of benefit, but that is just not your first go-to. We have to look systemically into what's going on. Okay, so the more we know, the better we can be. Okay, so to maintain and grow healthy hair, your levels need to be way up. Right? So that means you going to the doctor, getting your blood test, and following through with what they tell you to do. Okay? So whether it's iron infusion or definitely have to change your diet and incorporate more iron-rich foods in your diet to bring that up, right? We want to do things as natural as possible. Right? Sometimes you got to get on the medication just to jumpstart it. But if you're going to maintain it, you definitely have to change your lifestyle, right? Reduce stress. Look up. Here's some homework for you. Look up what are endocrine disruptors and try to minimize your exposure to those things as much as possible. As Black women, we have to take care of ourselves. We tend to take care of everybody else, and we are on the back burner. Meanwhile, we're suffering. Our bodies are suffering. Our hair is suffering. And so the Bible says that God wishes us to be in health. Right? We get the prosperity part, but be in health. Be in health. And so hair is a barometer of what's happening inside your body. Outside of those, some external things, which is traction, which is extreme pulling, and I would say 90% is internal. So I want to bring awareness to that so that we can be better. We can be healthier for our families. We can be healthier just for ourselves, for our own mental state, right? So again, the more we know, the healthier we can be. So until next time, be great.